Let's talk about something we all use every single day, the human voice. It's the instrument we all play, and, it's probably the most powerful sound in the entire world. But the real question is, are we actually using it well? I mean, just let that sink in for a moment. The sheer power our voice has is kind of mind-blowing. It can build up a relationship or completely tear it down. It can spark a revolution or crush someone's spirit. The stakes are incredibly high every single time we open our mouths.
And that right there, that's the big question, isn't it? It is such a common, frustrating feeling. You're trying to make a point or share an idea, and you just get the sense that you're talking to a brick wall. Well, it turns out there are some very real, very specific reasons why that keeps happening. So let's start with what we need to stop doing. Sound expert Julian Treasure has laid out these 7 common habits. He calls them the deadly sins of speaking that make people tune us out almost instantly. Yep, a whole 7 of them. And they are just poison to a good conversation. As we go through them, see if you recognize any of these, maybe in people you know, or hey, maybe even in yourself. All right, so here they are. These habits basically build a wall between you and whoever you're talking to. First up, gossip. I mean, if you're talking smack about someone who's not there, how can anyone trust you? Then there's judging, which just makes people defensive. Nobody wants to feel like they're on trial. Of course, there's negativity, and its evil twin, complaining. It's like viral misery, and who wants to listen to that for long? Then we've got excuses, always passing the buck. And exaggeration, which as we'll see, just makes our words weaker. And finally, dogmatism, that toxic habit of stating our opinions as if they are solid facts. That one's a real conversation killer. This is such a perfect way to put it, right? When we constantly use words like awesome to describe our sandwich or call a tiny setback a total catastrophe, we're basically devaluing our own language. The words start to mean nothing, and honestly, our credibility just tanks. Okay, so enough about what not to do. Let's flip this around. What should we be doing instead? Well, thankfully, there's a really strong, positive framework we can build on. It's an acronym, HAIL. And the definition of the word itself is really the goal here. We want our words to be greeted with enthusiasm, to be welcomed. And if we build our speech on these 4 cornerstones of HAIL, we can actually make that happen. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because these 4 ideas aren't just separate points. They all work together. You've got honesty, being true and clear. Authenticity, just being yourself. Integrity, which is about being your word, actually doing what you say you will. And then love, which in this context just means wishing people well. And that last one is so crucial, because honesty without love can just be mean. But honesty guided by care? Wow, that's powerful. This whole framework is about what you say. But powerful speech isn't just about what you say, right? It's also about how you say it. And the cool thing is, we all have this incredible vocal toolbox, but most of us have never really bothered to open it up. So let's take a peek inside at the tools that can completely transform how your words land. Just look at all this. You've got your register, that's where the voice comes from, which controls authority. There's timbre, which is kind of like the texture of your voice. Studies show we prefer voices that are rich and warm. Prosody is the secret weapon against being monotone. It's the music of your speech. And then you have pace, pitch, and volume. You can play with these to build excitement, to slow down for emphasis, or to draw people in really close. Okay, let's zoom in on just one of these, because it's a real game changer, register. Most of us, most of the time, we speak from our throat. And that's fine, but if you really want to project weight and authority, you need to drop your voice down into your chest. You can actually feel the vibration right there. For whatever reason, we associate that deep tone with power. It is a tiny shift that makes a massive difference. So, you've got this incredible instrument, you know the tools, but you wouldn't just pick up a guitar and play a concert without tuning it first, would you? It's the same with your voice. You've got to warm it up, especially before a big moment, like a presentation, an interview, or even just a tough conversation. And it's so easy. These 6 simple exercises are perfect, and they take, what, a minute? Maybe 2? You start with a big breath and a deep sigh. To open everything up. Warm up the lips. Ba, 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 and a brrrr sound. Then the tongue with la, 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 and a rolled rrrr. And you finish with the siren, going from a high wee down to a low ah. It stretches your whole vocal range. I know, it might feel a little silly doing it, but trust me, it totally works. So let's just put it all together. The reality for a lot of us right now is that we live in a world where we often speak carelessly to people who are distracted and not really listening, all in spaces that are just plain noisy. It's basically a perfect storm for misunderstanding.
But what if? Just imagine for a second. What if we all decided to change that? What if we started using these tools to speak with purpose and intention? And what if we also learned to listen, really listen, in spaces that were actually designed for good communication? What would that world even be like?
Well, it would be a world that not only sounds beautiful, but one where understanding is the default setting, not the rare exception. And that, right there, is an idea that is absolutely worth spreading.